Hey everyone, I just got this WeTech High Kappa Hyperspeed Airsoft gas blowback pistol in, and I ran into a couple of cycling issues I'd like to do a quick overview of. On e-bike's website, they state that this gun is capable of taking the lower powered green gas as well as red gas. Some necessary context you'll need to know if you're new to gas guns is that all gas that powers gas airsoft guns is basically propane with a few additives, aside from CO2, which we're not going to get into. In the hobby, this gas is often referred to as just green gas, but there are tiers of higher PSI green gas, sometimes called red or yellow gas depending on the brand. However, these terms aren't regulated and not all gas manufacturers use the same naming or pressure system to designate the higher powered gas. This company uses colors and PSI to indicate power, while this brand uses an arbitrary numbering system, and this brand uses colors and a multiplication system. None of the gas pressures across companies are standardized, and one brand's green gas might be lower pressure than another, and while red gas is usually going to indicate a higher PSI than green, this term again is not standardized or regulated. Confusing, I get it, but TLDR, green gas can refer to all gas used in gas airsoft guns, or the lowest power gas, and red gas is oftentimes used to refer to higher power PSI, but some companies don't use color at all to determine power. There, now that we got all of that out of the way, we can understand why all metal gas blowback pistols may not cycle properly with the lowest power green gas. E-bike usually states on their websites that they test their guns with the lower power green gas and 0.20 gram BBs. That led to the readout of 300 to 330 FPS on my gun. One caveat to mention though is on this particular model's website, e-bike did not specify if this test was applied, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to assume that it was. This is not the first time e-bike has omitted info or had incorrect information on their products, however. When I filled up my mags with the lower power green gas and the 0.20 gram BBs, the gun would not cycle correctly, and it was only shooting at around 250 FPS on average. It didn't quite jam, but it had a hard time pushing the slide back and firing more than a few BBs at a time. I didn't have any higher power gas at the time, so I brought it into my local airsoft shop and they did a few tests with different power gases and confirmed that the gun did not cycle properly on the lowest power green gas, and once the higher power gas was used, the gun cycled properly. They recommended with all metal WeTech guns that the higher power gas be used since it takes more pressure to cycle the full metal slide properly. I thought that was a good tip since a lot of e-bike's pages for all metal WeTech guns just say to use the green or red gas, when the reality is the lower power stuff is probably not going to cycle your full metal gas blowback pistol properly. Once I got the higher power gas loaded up, I did some target shooting to test the accuracy and FPS. To recap, on the lower powered gas, I was getting an average of 250 FPS. With the higher PSI stuff, it's now at a 290 to 280 average at room temperature, which is still a bit lower than the 300 to 330 rating they gave it, especially if we assume that they were using the lower power gas. But your mileage may vary as the temperature changes. A full mag is going to shoot a lot hotter with the first 1 or 2 rounds, and by the time you get to your 5th or 6th shot, it will steady out until the final round being the lowest FPS. But that's gas blowback life. You get a realistic look at the expense of consistency. Once I fixed this issue, I really enjoyed using the gun. It's extremely accurate straight out of the box, and I haven't needed to do any hop-up adjustments. On the regular size mag that comes with the gun, I get about 3.5 reloads worth of BBs before the gas chamber completely empties. I also have an extended magazine that has about the same ratio of 3 loads before it's out, shooting on semi-auto. On this particular model, shooting on full auto will pretty much empty the mag of gas in one single dump. This hyperspeed model gets about 12 FPS on full auto. Well, I hope this quick overview helps you with your gas blowback pistol cycling issues and gives you a little more context on the different gases you may need. Thanks for watching.